Welcome back to the channel JF Coin everyone, and today you are about to discover one of the most unbelievable and valuable 1-cent coins in American history. This tiny copper coin has shocked collectors, shocked historians, and amazed ordinary people who never imagined that a simple penny could be worth so much money. Today's video is all about the legendary 1940 wheat Lincoln penny, also known as the ultra-rare Lincoln cent that could be sitting in your pocket right now. Most people think a penny is just a penny. Something you throw into a drawer, drop on the ground, or forget in your change jar. But what if I told you that one small brown coin from 1940 can be worth up to $42 or even more in the current market? That is not a joke. That is real money. And today I will tell you exactly why this coin is so valuable, how to identify it, and what makes collectors pay big money for it. Let's travel back in time to the year 1940. The world was standing on the edge of World War II. America was preparing for massive economic changes. President Franklin D. Roosevelt was in office. Factories were roaring. Technology was changing. And right in the middle of this historic era, the United States Mint was producing one of the most famous coins ever made. The Lincoln Wheat Penny. The Lincoln Wheat Penny is special because it was the very first American coin to feature a real person. That person was Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Before this, American coins had mostly shown symbols or imaginary figures. But starting in 1909, Abraham Lincoln's face became the symbol of freedom, unity, and American pride. Now the 1940 wheat penny is even more special because of how it was made and the historical moment it represents. These coins were made mostly from copper, giving them that beautiful brown, red, or red-brown shine. Over time, some of these coins developed a deep, rich color that collectors absolutely loved. On the front of the 1940 penny, you will see the bold profile of Abraham Lincoln. Above his head, it says, "I in God we trust." In front of his face, you will see the word liberty. And just behind him, you will find the date 1940. This date is very important because it connects the coin to one of the most important decades in world history. Now let's flip the coin to the back. This is where the magic really happens. On the reverse side, you will see two wheat stalks standing tall on the left and right side. Between them, you will see the words 1 cent and United States of America. At the top, it says E pluribus unum. These wheat stalks represent strength, agriculture, prosperity, and the hardworking spirit of the American people. This is why these coins are called wheat pennies. Now you might be thinking, why is a penny from 1940 worth $42 when millions were made? Here is where things get very exciting. Not all 1940 wheat pennies are the same. Some were made at different mint locations that are extremely important for collectors. There were 3 main mints that produced these coins. Philadelphia Mint, which made coins with no mint mark. Denver Mint, which made coins with a small d below the date. San Francisco Mint, which made coins with a small s below the date. Certain versions of these coins are worth far more than others, especially when they have rare features, minting mistakes, or are in extremely good condition. Now let's talk about the ultra-rare features that make these coins so valuable. First, condition is everything. If your 1940 penny is bright, shiny, with strong details on Lincoln's hair and beard, clear wheat lines, and no major scratches, then your coin may be worth much more than a normal penny. Second, errors make coins explode in value. Some 1940 pennies were made with double strikes. That means parts of the design look like they were stamped twice. You might see doubled letters in the word liberty, or doubled date numbers, or even doubled wheat lines on the back. These are called double die errors, and collectors pay huge money for them. Third, off-center strikes are extremely valuable. If the coin design looks slightly pushed to one side, that could be a mint error, and collectors love these mistakes. Because mistakes are rare, and rarity is what creates high value. Fourth, metal quality matters. Some 1940 pennies have a strong red copper color. These are known as red pennies, and they are much more valuable than darker brown ones. Now let's talk about the current market value. In normal circulated condition, a 1940 wheat penny might be worth a few cents to a few dollars. But in better condition, the value starts rising fast. Here is what collectors are paying on today's market. A 1940 penny in very fine condition can be worth $5 to $10. A 1940 penny in extremely fine condition can be worth $15 to $25. A 1940 penny in mint-like condition can reach $42 or even higher. And some rare versions of this coin have sold for hundreds of dollars. That means one small coin, the same size as any normal penny, can be worth more than an expensive dinner, more than a daily wage, and sometimes more than a full week of work. Now imagine this. These coins were used every single day by regular people. They bought candy, soda, newspapers, and bus tickets. And many of them are still hidden inside old drawers, dusty boxes, piggy banks, and forgotten coin collections. You might have one. Your parents might have one. Your grandparents might have saved one and never knew its true value. This is why collectors call the 1940 wheat penny a sleeping treasure. Now let me tell you how to check if you own a valuable one. Look at the date and make sure it says 1940. Check under the date to see if there is a D or an S mint mark. If there is no mark at all, it was made in Philadelphia. Look very closely at the letters. Check if any letters look doubled. Look at the condition of the coin. If it looks clean, sharp, and detailed, that is a very good sign. And never clean this coin. Cleaning can destroy its value completely. Collectors prefer natural color and natural aging. Now let's talk about the history value. The 1940 wheat penny is not just a coin. It is a real historical artifact. It comes from a time when America was preparing to change forever. It represents strength, hope, economy, and the American spirit. When you hold this coin, you are holding a piece of real history that passed through hands that lived during one of the most important eras of the world. That is why collectors love it. That is why museums love it. That is why this penny is far more than just 1 cent. Now if you ever find one of these coins, do not throw it away. Do not spend it. Do not ignore it. Because you might be holding $42 or more in your hand. Before we end this video, make sure you check your pockets, your drawers, your old wallets, and your family coin boxes. Because your next hidden treasure might be closer than you think. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more secret coin values, hidden money, and rare treasure videos. And comment below and tell me, have you ever found a rare coin? See you in the next video. If you want, I can also write a YouTube title, a thumbnail, text, SEO tags, or a longer version of this script. Just tell me. Today you are about to discover one of the most surprising and powerful stories in American coin history. A tiny copper coin, just 1 cent, that can be worth a lot of money in today's market. This is the story of the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny, an ultra-rare American coin that many people still have and don't even realize its real value. If you've ever held a wheat penny in your hand, or seen one in an old jar of coins, you might have touched a hidden treasure. So make sure you watch this video until the end, because this coin story will surprise you. Now let's go back in time to the year 1944. The world was in the middle of World War II. America was fighting overseas, and metal was extremely important for war supplies. Copper was needed for bullets, weapons, and military equipment. Because of that, the United States Mint changed the material of pennies. In 1943, pennies were made from steel instead of copper. But in 1944, the mint went back to copper using recycled shell casings from the war. That means the 1944 wheat penny is literally made from metal that may have once been used in war. This alone makes it a very powerful and historical coin. On the front side of the coin, you see the great Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected presidents in American history. His face represents freedom, strength, and unity. Above his head is the famous phrase, "In God we trust," and below his portrait is the date 1944. On the back side of the coin, you can see 2 wheat ears on the left and right side, with the words 1 cent and United States of America. This design is why collectors call it the wheat penny. These wheat ears represent prosperity and growth, something America wanted badly during wartime. Now let's talk about why this coin can be worth so much money. Most normal 1944 wheat pennies are very common. But special versions of this coin are what collectors go crazy for. There are different mint marks that make a huge difference in value. If the coin has no mint mark, it was made in Philadelphia. If it has a small D under the year, it was made in Denver. If it has a small S, it was made in San Francisco. Some versions of the 1944 penny were accidentally struck on steel planchets instead of copper, just like the 1943 steel pennies. These are called 1944 steel pennies, and they are extremely rare and worth thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars. But today, the market value we are focusing on is the special high-grade 1944 Lincoln wheat penny that can reach around $42 in collector condition. This value depends on condition, color, shine, and whether the coin has any errors. If your 1944 wheat penny still has strong details, no major scratches, an original reddish copper color, it can be worth a lot more than 1 cent. Many collectors are paying up to $42 for a clean, well-preserved 1944 wheat penny today. Now let's talk about what makes your coin even more valuable. Look closely at the year. If the numbers look thicker than normal, or slightly doubled, you might have a double die error. That makes the coin more rare. Check the letters. If they look like they are stamped twice or shifted, that is another mint error that increases value. Also check the metal. A real copper 1944 penny will stick very weakly or not at all to a magnet. But if it sticks strongly to a magnet, you might have the rare 1944 steel penny. Imagine finding a coin in your pocket that could be worth more than a full meal, more than daily wages, just by luck. That is the excitement of coin collecting. Many people spend these coins without knowing their real value. And that's why you need to start checking your old coins today. Search in old drawers. Search in coin jars. Search in wallets of old relatives. Search in inherited collections. You never know what historical treasure might be hiding there. The 1944 wheat penny is not just a coin. It's a piece of war history. It's a symbol of America's struggle, sacrifice, and recovery. And today, it is also a silent money maker for those lucky enough to own the right one. So before you throw away any old penny, before you think it has no value, remember this story. Remember that a small wheat penny can carry a big surprise. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another rare coin story. Comment below if you have ever found a wheat penny, and tell us what year it was. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep believing that treasure can be hiding in the smallest places. If you want, I can also write. Catchy title for this video: SEO tags, video description, thumbnail. Text: just tell me what you want next. Today, we are talking about one of the most fascinating American coins ever made, the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny. Welcome back, coin lovers, rare money hunters, and treasure seekers. If you love old coins, hidden value, and secret history, then this video is going to blow your mind. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications because today's coin might be sitting in your pocket right now. Let's travel back in time to the year 1945. 1945 was a historic year in the world. World War II had just ended. Soldiers were returning home. America was rebuilding its future. And during this powerful moment in history, the United States Mint created a special type of penny called the Lincoln wheat cent. The design of this penny is one of the most loved coin designs in American history. On the front side of the coin, you will see the strong and serious face of Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln was the 16th President of the United States, and one of the most respected leaders in American history. Above his head, you can see the words "In God We Trust." On the left and right you will see the words "Liberty" and the date 1945. Now let's flip the coin to the back. On the reverse side, you will see two beautiful wheat stalks on the left and right. In the center, the words 1 cent and United States of America. Those wheat rings are the reason this coin is called the wheat penny. This design was used from 1909 until 1958, and today it is one of the most collectible designs ever made. But what makes the 1945 wheat penny so special? The year 1945 was the final year of wartime metal production before America fully returned to peacetime manufacturing. These coins were made using copper and tin, giving them a rich, warm reddish-brown color that collectors love. Now let's talk about the ultra-rare part. Not all 1945 wheat pennies are equal. Some are common and some are extremely rare. The real value comes from condition, mint marks, and errors. There are 3 main mint marks you need to look for. No mint mark means the coin was made in Philadelphia. A small d means it was made in Denver. A small s means it was made in San Francisco. Some 1945 pennies were struck with very sharp details, full wheat lines, and strong Lincoln features. These are called high-grade coins. Now let's talk about the money. Many regular 1945 wheat pennies are worth a few cents. But if your coin is in excellent condition, it can be worth much more. Some top-condition 1945 wheat pennies can sell for over $40 in the current market, and sometimes even more depending on demand. Collectors around the world are searching for clean, shiny, red-colored examples of this coin. Even more exciting are error coins. Some 1945 wheat pennies were made with mistakes, and these mistakes can make the coin incredibly valuable. Look for double stamping. Where the date or letters look doubled, look for off-center strikes. Where the design looks shifted, look for clipped planchets. Where part of the edge looks cut, look for cracks in the metal or unusual lines. These era coins can be worth far more than normal ones. Now let's talk about the current market value. In today's coin collecting world, a strong, well-preserved 1945 wheat penny can sell for up to $42 in collector markets. Some rare condition coins and era coins can sell for even more. Prices depend on rarity, shine, sharpness, and collector demand. Many people still find these coins in old jars, piggy banks, grandparents' collections, and even in circulation. So how do you know if your 1945 wheat penny is valuable? Here's what you should check. Check the date and make sure it clearly says 1945. Look for the mint mark under the date. Look at the color. Brighter red and clean brown coins are more valuable. Check for errors or strange marks. Make sure the coin is not heavily scratched or damaged. The better the condition, the higher the value. You might be holding a hidden treasure and not even know it. These small coins carry massive history. They pass through the hands of factory workers, soldiers, store owners, families, and children at the end of the war. They are not just metal. They are pieces of history. Imagine the journey this coin has taken. From the heat of the minting machines in 1945, through decades of use, lost in drawers, forgotten in jars, and now possibly sitting in your hands. This is why collectors love wheat pennies. This is why this tiny coin matters. This is why the 1945 wheat penny is so special. So the next time you look at your spare change, do not ignore the pennies. Look closely. That old brown coin might be worth far more than 1 cent, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Tell me in the comments if you have ever found a wheat penny in your collection. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video where we uncover more hidden treasures hiding in plain sight. Today's video is about a tiny copper coin that may be sitting in your pocket, your old piggy bank, or your grandfather's collection right now. This is the legendary 1940-60 Lincoln wheat penny, a 1-cent coin that collectors are hunting every single day, and that can be worth up to $42 or even more depending on condition and rare errors. So make sure you watch this video until the end, because what you're about to learn could literally make you money. Let's first travel back in time to the year 1946. This was a very important year in American history. World War II had just ended, and the United States was entering a new era of peace and rebuilding. During this time, the U.S. Mint was producing millions of Lincoln wheat pennies, and one of the most famous versions from this year was the 1946 D penny. The D Mint mark tells us that this coin was made at the Denver Mint, one of the most important U.S. coin factories. Now let's talk about the design of this beautiful coin. On the front of the coin, we see the strong and historic face of President Abraham Lincoln. This portrait was designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 and became one of the most iconic designs in American coin history. Above Lincoln's head, you will see the words "In God We Trust." To the left, you see the word liberty. To the right, you see the date 1946, and just below that date, you will find the small but powerful mint mark D. On the back side of the coin, we see the famous wheat stalks. On the left and right sides of the coin are 2 wheat ears, representing prosperity and growth in America. In the middle, you will see the words 1 cent and United States of America. At the very top, you will see the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, which means out of many, one. But now let's get to the most exciting part. Why is this little penny worth so much money today? The value of the 1946 D wheat penny depends on several things. First is the condition. If the coin is worn out, scratched, dark, or damaged, it may only be worth a few cents. But if the coin is in excellent condition, with strong details on Lincoln's face and clear wheat lines on the back, its value increases dramatically. A well-preserved 1946 D penny can easily reach a market value of $42 in collector demand, especially in uncirculated or high-grade condition. Another reason this coin can be very valuable is because of rare errors. Some 1946 D pennies were made with minting mistakes that make them incredibly rare. These rare errors include double die errors, where the text or date appears doubled. There are also off-center strikes, where the design is not perfectly centered. Some coins show weak or missing mint marks, repunched mint marks, or die cracks. These error coins are the real treasures. Collectors around the world are willing to pay big money for these because they are one of a kind. Many people don't even realize they might already own one of these coins. You might find it in old coin jars, garage sales, antique shops, estate sales, flea markets, or inherited collections. Some people have found rare wheat pennies in simple pocket change. Imagine finding a 1-cent coin and realizing it's actually worth $42 or even more. Let's talk about the metal. The 1940 wheat penny is made mostly of copper. During World War II, the U.S. Mint even experimented with steel pennies, but after the war, the mint returned to copper composition. This makes 1946 a very interesting transition year for coin collectors because it represents America moving from wartime to peacetime production. Now let's discuss the current market value. As of today, strong collector demand has pushed the value of a high-grade 1946 wheat penny to around $42. Coins with rare errors or exceptional shine and detail can sell for even higher prices at auctions and private collector markets. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC can certify your coin and make it more valuable and trustworthy when selling. If you think you have one of these coins, here's what you should do. First, do not clean the coin. Cleaning a rare coin can actually destroy its value. Always leave the natural patina and color. Second, store it safely in a soft plastic coin holder or a protective case. Third, compare your coin with online images of high-grade examples to check the details. Fourth, you can send it to a professional grading company to get it officially evaluated. Now imagine this. A small penny sitting quietly in your drawer could be worth more than $40. Most people would ignore it. But you now know the truth. This is why learning about old coins can be so powerful. The 1946 wheat penny is more than just money. It is history in your hand. It is a piece of America's story after World War II. It represents strength, recovery, and the beginning of a new era. So the next time you see an old penny, don't throw it away. Don't underestimate it. Look closely at the date. Look for the D mint mark. Check the condition. And remember, small coins can hide big value. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Tell us in the comments if you have ever found a rare coin, and if you want more videos about valuable pennies, rare quarters, and hidden coin treasures. Stay curious, keep searching, and I'll see you in the next video. If you want, I can also write YouTube title ideas description with hashtags tags for ranking short viral script version.